Hi, and welcome again to this series on legacy planning. And welcome to this next edition of our legacy planning series of videos put together with you in mind, bringing to you information that all of us need to know about making sure that our assets go where we want them to go, when we want them to go there. In our last session, we talked about some things that we can attend to while we are still alive. Powers of attorney, living wills, advanced healthcare directives. All of those things are necessary while we are still alive. On the other hand, they become ineffective the moment that we pass away. And so tonight, we're going to begin to talk about things that we will want to have in place that are instructions that we give to our survivors that they will attend to after our passing. There are 5 ways to transfer assets from one person to another or from one generation to another. So let's talk first about perhaps one of the most important ways in which we control the passing of our assets, and that is depending on how they are titled. Many of us have been led to believe that joint with right of survivorship was the best way for married couples to title their assets. That is not necessarily so. That is not necessarily the best way for a couple to deal with their joint ownership of assets, including their home. With regard to bank accounts, we'd like to start off by saying that every bank account we have should bear the phrase transfer on death or payable on death. Now, that's not so important to a married couple so long as they are both alive, but a single person will want to always use that phrase on a bank account and can't even use it on other investment accounts, so that the financial institution knows that as soon as they are provided with proof of the death of an account owner, that account passes directly to the person or persons indicated that asset should go. The transfer on death can indicate one person, 2 people, 3 or more, but it happens automatically. Don't have to worry about probate, don't have to worry about anything else once you have that designation on an account. Certainly bank accounts, not a bad idea even for investment accounts, which should also bear a beneficiary. Which brings us to talking about transferring assets to your beneficiaries. We want to make sure that you have both a primary and a contingent or secondary beneficiary indicated. Even in the case of a married couple, we want to have those contingent beneficiaries in place because of the at least possibility that a married couple could both, for example, pass away in the same automobile wreck or some other situation in which husband and wife would die virtually simultaneously. Contingent beneficiaries need to be established on every account. You can designate as many beneficiaries as you want. There really is no limit as to how many beneficiaries you want to share in the proceeds from any one of your accounts. We also want to make sure, when talking about beneficiaries, that we use the Latin phrase per stirpes for any of our beneficiaries who have children, because that Latin phrase is what makes sure that your children of your children are protected. That if something should happen to one of your children, their share of your accounts would go to their children instead of to your other sibling or someone else. Per stirpes. It's a Latin phrase, and it ensures that your money will go to your family tree according to your designation. Joint ownership, of course, is a possibility. We do not like to see anyone talking about adding their children's names to any of their accounts or assets. Please don't do that. In fact, we're going to say that we don't want our clients owning anything jointly with someone other than to whom they are married. The primary objection is about liability. We don't want any of our clients losing any of their money because one of their children gets sued and the suing lawyer finds out that they are the joint owner, a part of an account that is ours. So it's about protecting you, it's about protecting your assets, and in the long run, it's about protecting your family, to making sure that family assets don't wind up outside of the family where you want them to be. A will or a trust are the last two methods of transferring assets. Most of us know about wills, but a lot of people are still confused about trusts. Why would I need a trust? I thought that was for really wealthy people. Why would I need a trust? Well, in our opinion, anyone who owns real estate in the state of Tennessee might want to consider a living trust. Because the methods of wills or trusts are so important, I'm going to devote a session entirely to a conversation with you about wills and trusts. So look for an announcement from us about that session when it becomes available. But for now, please remember the methods that we've talked about: titling of accounts, transfer on death, joint ownership, beneficiaries, per stirpes, etc. So goodbye for now, and we'll see you again soon.